December. Happy holidays. I am very busy for reasons that I'll go into a little bit later, but I wanted to be festive, so I wore my Mrs. Claus robe for the video. It was a new purchase this year from Velvet Zephyr, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, so as I said, have been extremely busy, as the end of the year usually does bring forward. I had a great November, looking forward to a chaotic December as usual. So I thought to wrap up the year, I would talk about, give a brief rundown of how I ended up finishing my goals. So I think last time we talked, I pretty much had an idea about where things were going to be ending, but this will be like the official checklist of where the goals were. And then I have a couple of fun announcements and some exciting personal news. So let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this in like a couple of small groups. Let me shift over so I can put my little edits here. And I'm using my notebook because I can't remember everything quickly. So first 3 goals: develop 2 to 3 new acts costumes, learn to play the piano, learn better video editing techniques. We know that I completed the 2 to 3 costume looks. We've talked about that. Here is a quick photo recap of the ones that I finished. So check mark done, yay! Learn to play the piano. That was a no-go. I tried. I can't self-teach myself that. It requires more, and I don't have the capacity right now to take lessons. Hopefully in 2023, we'll see how that goes. That one's gonna hang out for a little bit. I might bring it back. And then same thing for video editing. It didn't happen. It's also something that I just, on the list of things that I needed to spend time on, that did not become a priority, which happens. I mean, that's the way that goals work, right? That sometimes things float to the top and sometimes things become low priorities. So that's those 3. And then the other ones were to develop a calendar for the studio, to grow live and lucky, and to work on my physical health / stretching / et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we already know that the Chicago School of Burlesque went really well this year. We had many students come through. We had 2 student showcases, which were wonderful, and I'm now starting to see some of those students popping up in other areas and other shows in the city, which makes my heart so happy. I had 2023 schedule all ready to line up and launch the new 8-week classes in January, and then I had some life things happen, which I'll talk about a little later. So because of that, the January classes were put on hold. I'm hoping to restart them in April, but we'll see how things go. This was really a passion project, something I wanted to do because I had the time and space, and while I don't want it to go away, life, you know, so we'll see how that goes. Grow live and lucky-ish, it's happening. In 2023, we're gonna be doing shows bi-monthly. So starting in January and then every other month through the remainder of the year. So we'll 6 shows instead of 4. I'm gonna consider that a growth. Nothing really happened in 2022. So hopefully the momentum, I take that back. Things did happen with Live and Lucky. People started to recognize that the show was happening at the Out of Space in Berwyn, and people were returning to shows and bringing friends, and the audience was more into it. We've made a couple of tweaks to the way that the show functions itself, which I think have been successful. So I'm gonna call that one. I think that there was good momentum for the year, and there is continued momentum into 2023. So I'm gonna consider that one a win. And then the stretching / physical health, whatever, I also am gonna consider that a win. I started getting back to the gym. I was doing cardio regularly. I started my lifting routine back up, which was always something that I enjoyed ever since college. And so hopefully that is going to continue. I do need to kind of figure out how to my stretching is really sporadic without the classes that I was taking pre-pandemic. So I'm hoping I can bring that back for 2023, but again, life, so we'll see. So yeah, this is how all of my goals were for this year. I think that was good. I'm not mad about the way that 2022 panned out, especially given that, you know, we're still kind of resurfacing from the pandemic and things are shifting and popping and exploding and canceling, and just things are happening. So I'm going to consider that a win. I haven't really put like really concrete thoughts around 2023 goals. I have a couple, but I will probably talk about that in next month's video, since it will officially be the, you know, January 2023 video. So really the only other news that I have to share with you all, December is pretty light on my public schedule because 'tis the season for corporate events. And so I am doing several of those. And so my public schedule is very limited. I have a feeling that's probably how January will be too, for things I will be mentioning soon. But I do have some really exciting things. I did apply to a few festivals for 2023. I'm being a little bit more strategic in the festivals and where I go to perform than I did when I was a newer performer. And so I'm very excited that I got into the Hollywood Burlesque Festival in March. So I will be heading to LA in March to compete for their Queen contest. And then also I got into the Panama Festival in May for their competition as well. So I will get to go to Panama, which is a place I have never been and I'm very excited to go. So two of those things are already scheduled. I have a couple other applications out, but those notifications won't be out for a while. So I'm very excited to add those two places to the mix. From a personal standpoint, I, in November, accepted a new day job. Not really going to go into specific details about that, but it will be the first time in like 10 years that I'm not working from home, which is going to change the way that I operate. In the entire time that I have been a burlesque performer, I have worked from home, which has afforded me a luxury that many people don't get. And so as I readjust to my new schedule and life, some things are going to have to take a back seat or less priority for the first couple of months, just while I get myself settled and figure out how everything's going to work and what is going to be my personal new normal. It's a job I'm very excited about. This is a really great opportunity. Was the perfect decision at the perfect time. You know, life just put it in front of me and gave me that opportunity, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm ready to kind of figure out how I'm going to make everything work now. The nice thing is that hopefully I will be able to travel again more. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing how 2023 is going to pan out for me. So that's the personal information I have for you. Not to get into too much details, but I'm very excited. I hope that you all, again, as always, thank you for supporting me and my burlesque and pinup and photography modeling endeavors throughout the year. I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season and a safe New Year's, and look forward to sharing what 2023 is going to offer in the future. So thank you.